What's going on, you guys? Joss out here in Singapore, and as always, thank you so much for joining me on the Night Owl podcast. You guys, the last episode was actually based on James Clear's 321 newsletter, which I am such a big fan of. And yes, I've been stockpiling them. I haven't been using them like I should, but going back through them lately, I don't even know what made me discover them all of a sudden. But going back through them, I was able to just go through the quotes and see what they're talking about. And I do love the kinds of quotes that he puts out there because they're not your regular cliche ones that you see all over the internet already. It's some stuff that really had me thinking, and today is no different. So without further ado, let me give you this idea that he put out there. He said it's a difficult lesson to learn. Your most persistent distractions will seem justified to you. And oh my God, if I didn't feel like I was slapped in the face just now, because yes, I have some persistent distractions and they're almost like habits now. And yes, they are justified to me. I like to think that this is just a part of my day. This is the way things are. Have you ever heard that? It's just the way things are. Stop questioning stuff. This is just the way things are. Oh my goodness. And when I saw that quote just now, I was like, wow. Oh my God. Watching TV is one of my favorite pastimes. I have justified the fact that, I'm watching TV to get insight into the human psyche and how people interact with each other. And this is how I get, downloads from the universe. And see, I'm justifying. You see that? I'm not explaining, I'm justifying. This is why I watch TV. This is why I'm trying to escape from the work that I really need to get done. Sometimes I will be like, I need to clean. Suddenly, out of the blue, I need to clean. Why? Because I'm staring at this thing that I need to do and I don't want to do it, but the house is a mess and I can't concentrate if it's messy. So you know what? Let's get to cleaning. And suddenly I've justified it and I've explained it away and it's okay now because it's my house and I need to clean it and I work from home and I can't work in a cluttered environment. Yeah, man. Talk about feeling attacked. But I will say this. I realize that these things happen and I realize how much I justify them. And as much as I want to say that it's okay, it's not. It's the reason I'm not where I want to be. I'm further than I was, right? But I'm not where I could be. When I look at people that, have made it to 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, who have so much content on TikTok, who have got so many, followers and stuff, I could do that. I definitely could do that. I am doing fairly well with this podcast without really pushing it like I should. But mostly because I have these little stupid things that pop up that I've justified throughout my day. And yeah, my focus isn't what it should be. When I talk about this scene from Will Smith's version of The Karate Kid comes to mind, where Jaden is almost hanging parallel to the pond underneath him, and it's when Jackie Chan kind of looks at him and says, "Yo, your focus needs some focus," and that's exactly where I'm sitting at right now. So yes, absolutely, a lot of the distractions, my persistent distractions anyway, are justified to me because I take great pains to justify them. I want to feel better about the decisions that I'm making, and so I make it seem like, oh no, it's because I don't have enough time, or it's because it is my house and it is kind of messy and I need to clean it up. There is a time and a place for everything. It's something my mother taught me, but it's not one of those lessons that really sunk in. It works when it's convenient for me, and that's terrible to say. But yes, there is a time and a place for everything. And if there isn't a time and a place for everything, my responsibility is to find a time and a place for it so that it fits into my work very, very neatly. It fits into my day, that I have made sure that I have time for it. I mean, I could say that I work out, right? I could easily work out every morning, but my discipline is such that I don't. And I justify the fact that, oh yeah, I went to bed at 3, 4 in the morning because I was working hard on my business, doing stuff at the last minute, which in between I was scrolling through Pinterest and looking through Instagram. Dude, oh my God, I feel really bad about this episode, for real. Like, I don't know how you feel about that quote, but that quote hurts my heart a little bit. I really feel kind of crappy about this right now. But I also know that everything happens in good time. So here I am justifying again that it's okay. I am exactly where I need to be. This is perfect for me right now to realize exactly how much time I waste versus how much time is actually productive. And let's talk about that, right? Maybe this would be a whole nother episode, but that last minute where everything gets done, that's a fantastic friggin' minute. And if we could multiply that and make sure that every minute was like the last minute, we'd be some productive ass people, for real. Like, we get all kinds of stuff done. And I get it. My mood does play into things a lot. It depends on if I feel like creating or not, or if I'm in a bad place, like something happened in my family or within my group of friends and I'm upset about something. Probably not the best time to create in that sense, but it is a good time for me to create with my hands, which means I could make jewelry or I could go cook or I could clean the house. Then that would be kind of useful. But I also know that if I leave things to pile up, it takes a lot more time than they should. If I get in the habit of doing my podcast every day, literally speaking, I record for about 10 minutes. It takes me maybe 3 minutes to add the intro on and another minute and a half. I've timed it for a minute and a half to upload it to the internet. So technically, within 15, 20 minutes, I could have a podcast episode up and published and I could go on about my day. It wouldn't take very long. But you know me, I like to leave things for the last minute. And because there were so many days where I was like, no, I didn't feel like it. And so I just didn't do any work. And then the next day, you know what? I didn't do it yesterday and it didn't kill me. And I can probably just take another day off today. So the cycle continues. And unfortunately, sedentary behavior leads to more sedentary behavior. And there it is. I watch TV without fail every day. I make sure I eat without fail every day. And yet I don't push myself every day with my business. But the buck stops with me, right? I'm the CEO. I'm in charge. And no one is going to tell me what I can and can't do because it's my business. But guess what? That bank account will definitely scream at me later. And that bank account will be the driving force for why I need to get up and get things done all of a sudden at the last minute. But it shouldn't be like that. So as much as we've talked about creating good habits, maintaining discipline, finding ways to stay motivated even when the damn mood has gone, right? All of these things matter. We all have 24 hours in a day, and it really does matter how we choose to spend those 24 hours. It doesn't take much, you guys. It doesn't take much. I'm going to be honest. Making the podcast episode, maybe 25 minutes. Writing a post, right? If I have the image already done, writing a post does not take long. But God, if I don't get sidetracked and procrastinate and start and stop and don't get it done. It happens all the time. It's the biggest problem that happened this year. 2020, I was prepared to stay home and do work. I was not worried about that. I was not freaking out about having to be stuck at home at all. I was fine with that. Even when baby girl came home and she was, doing home-based learning and stuff, I had no problem with that. I was prepared. I was cool with that. I was a homeschool mom, y'all. But what I wasn't prepared for was suddenly having her home and wanting to play with her, wanting to watch TV with her, wanting to hang out with her. And then on the flip side, her needing me to walk through every problem or her needing me to watch her or hold her hand through her assignments. Not that she couldn't do it by herself, she just wanted the company. So that was different for us. For us to have so much time together made it almost another excuse for us not to get the work done because we were having too much fun playing. And it's not a bad thing. But it is a thing, and it did affect my business, and it did put me on pause for a little while, but that was something that I could have controlled, but I didn't. So, back to the quote. It is a very difficult lesson to learn, and I don't know if I've learned it yet, but I'm noticing, I'm aware of it right now. For me to make sure that I notice my persistent distractions, that I name every last one of them, and then do my best not to justify. I think once the self-awareness kicks in, the next thing that actually happens is you catch yourself when you fall into that bad behavior. You catch yourself when you notice, hey, this is a persistent distraction. It's up on my fingertips once again. What do? Do I continue on this binge or do I get my act together and do some work? Now, lately, I've had people in and out the house. I've been trying really hard to manage all of their energies as well. And yeah, it's a great excuse. It's great to justify. But I know that if they want to eat, and they want me to cook for them, I need money in my bank account. So guess what? The way my bank account is set up, I need to make sure that I get the work done. So it's been a tough lesson to learn. Mostly because, my bank account was the one that alerted me to this first. And I had to figure out where in the hell all this time was going because it's almost the end of the year, right? And I don't have half as much of the things done as I want to have done. And I have no one to blame but myself. So, persistent distractions. Are you justifying any? Are you ready to take a look at that stuff? Or are you just not ready yet? I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know how you're doing. In the meantime, I need a personal manager to keep me on track. No, I don't. I'm going to get this sorted out, you guys. I'm going to work on it a little bit better. I'm going to be a little bit more efficient because that would help my energy, and that would help my output as well. So I love you guys. I'll catch you again soon. Okay, bye.